did nothing about it. Their lawyer is Brent Bramnick, who I'm pleased to welcome back to the program. Brent, thank you so much for coming back on the show. I got to tell you, listening to those 911 calls, it leaves a lump in my throat. I can feel their terror in this community. I can feel the trauma that they went through and probably are still living, and yet they've been held in virtual silence. We know nothing about where this kid is. Do you know what the status is of the case, and particularly of the kid?
Ashleigh, thank you for having me. And I think you used the right word, chilling. To hear those tapes, to hear the panic, the complete chaos that was going on that evening was frightening. And it was horrifying to have the family relive that. But these types of disclosures and information coming out in the public is really important, especially in this case. As for where this juvenile is, the laws in New Jersey are very strict. And as we discussed last time, the public does not get that information in terms of where this juvenile is. It is that confidential.
Do you know if they, at least as protocol, put rules and regulations and parameters on the juvenile's parents, meaning they may not be restricting the juvenile, certainly not holding him, but they're telling the parent, it's on you if that kid disappears?
I can tell you again, unfortunately, based upon the incredible confidentiality that's in juvenile, I do not know that information, and the public is not given that information. And that's the very difficult part. It's very difficult, especially in a case where the public wants to know a lot here, and it's just not out now. If he's waived to adult, everything changes. And as you've discussed, that could be not that far off.
Yeah, we're a month under the clock at this point. But, you know, that decision, I want to ask you about that, too, because as I understand it, it's a judge that will ultimately make this decision as to whether to grant the prosecutors the right to push them up to the adult system. What is the track record, A, of this judge, if you know it, and B, of New Jersey in general for pushing 17-year-olds up to the adult system?
So I can say, as a former prosecutor in this county and having done what we call waiver motions to bring juveniles to adult court, what I see based upon the factors in the statute, that I think it is very reasonable if this court, if the application is made and the court decides to do it, that would be a reasonable decision. This juvenile was 17 years old. Again, he's close to 18. This is an allegation of a homicide, the most serious offense we have. In the statute, that's something that the prosecutor's office needs to strongly consider waiving, and the judge would be very reasonable if deciding ultimately to waive that. Now, the defense has the right to rebut it, but there is going to be a hearing. There will be a hearing to determine in court what happens.
No, I mean, not just a homicide, right? You're talking about two of them, and you're talking about two first-degree murders. I mean, that's what the death penalty was built for in this country. We will not execute people under the age of 18 per the Supreme Court ruling in the last, I think it was decade. But so the cops and the connections has troubled me throughout this case. The allegations of the stalking, the swatting, the ordering fake pizzas to the door of this poor girl of 17, Maria Niotis, your client's, your family, your client's daughter. It felt to me, just looking at the facts, that he was getting kid glove treatment, being given a ride home from these offense locations rather than being hauled in a cruiser and processed even as a juvenile. Is it possible that that same kid glove treatment that it feels like, again, I don't know it to be true, but it feels like he's been getting from local cops, will extend into the local courts?
So as you talked about, there are a couple times here. Now, in that second swatting incident, he's let to just drive off in his car. He's allowed to go home to his father. His father will take care of it. He's then, as we know, not arrested that night, arrested at a later time. I have great faith, though, in the judicial system that once this matters now in the prosecutor's office and the court's involved, that the court will treat this as every other matter, weigh those factors appropriately, and make decisions pursuant to the statutes and the law. But we're very concerned about what happened before it got to court.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.